Arcane Assist, War Machine, and Horde's Battle Reports.
All right, so I've got some reductors with UA, reciprocators, an Enigma Foundry, a mitigator, a monitor, Aurora, obviously is my caster, corollary, and then the same thing again. I've got an Enigma Foundry, reciprocators, and reductors with UA, plus a unit of Clockwork Angels.
I have a Power Troll, some Hero Warriors, a Bomber, Madrak2, full unit of Stones with UA, Fenblades mini unit, Champs, UA, and a Champ Sorcerer, or a Champ Solo.
Alton Ashley too, right?
Oh, and an Ultranational, yes.
Awesome.
Okay.
So I'm Tim, and this is John.
Welcome.
So these are Arcane Assist Battle Reports. This is now officially our second one. We're excited about it. 75-point game. I wanted to bust out the Convergence. They're a lot of fun. Aurora, of course, has Field Marshal Apparition. That's the same as she had in her Mark II version. So I'm just teleporting up my entire battle group and my caster. Having a good time here. What did you think about the matchup, John?
This matchup was fun. I've always had fun playing Convergence. Madrak2 is not as good. I don't get souls. Unfortunately,
Well,
so my
Fury.
my Fury. I'm gonna Fury, right? Every single time I kill something, so I gotta play my feet a little more.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, the feat still lets you kill a bunch of things, but it doesn't let you get a 17
No,
Fury
a
or
million
anything like that.
Fury, he's crazy like that. But overall, it's a good, hard out fought game. I found it was really good.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So Aurora just put up Admonition and Arcane Might. She cast Aerogenesis, which lets her go basically forever. Her whole army gets plus 2 inches of movement and flight. So what I'm doing is I'm checking right now basically what is in that. And at this point, with the corollary giving me the control area of 16, she has everything save for one reductor at the very end of that range.
This is where you came up and you attempted to shoot Alton Ashley.
Yeah, Alton Ashley, of course, has Prowl, so I made that mistake. So the Clockwork Angels have CRA, but of course they missed because of stealth, and they repositioned back 3 inches, got out of the way. John in the shot for a second there. We got the reciprocators just ran up. They get to run 12 under Aerogenesis. They're ignoring that rough terrain because of flight.
Everything flies.
It's a rubble template we talked about at the beginning, so that gives cover if you're completely in it, and it's rough terrain. I'm moving up all my.
Yeah, so as Tim's moving all the stuff up, I'm just checking, pre-measuring out stuff who Alton actually can shoot. I can see 3 inches through the forest, so I'm just making sure I can shoot that one angel who's in the zone. So just pre-measuring everything as Tim flies everything up.
Pre-measuring is better. The game is a lot more interesting for it. I'm trying to keep my Enigma Foundries far up enough that they'll still be able to collect all the souls. That one, I just checked it. It has all 3 angels in its command range of 10, so it's going to grab a soul from whatever one John decides to shoot, no doubt.
So I start Alton Ashley. I already told Tim I pre-measured all this. He's seen me pre-measure it. In range, aiming, even. So it's right at 10. So I just need to anything but 3 to hit.
Red 10 is 6s to hit, and you
to hit.
do enough damage to kill. Enigma Foundry collects a soul, and I leader model prone with the other one.
And I'll reform or reposition.
Yep.
Back into the forest for stealth again. Femblades will run. Typical first turn jam. Get as far up the board as I can. There's only 6 of them in this list, so it's not as big a jam unit, but it does its job. So
min units are pretty good. I mean, both my reductor units are min units in this list. I've been impressed with them.
Yeah. So just typical first turn, run everything up the board. Champs run base to base. Some might be facing backwards just because their axes are in the way, but base to base to get that plus 2 defense from being base to base from melee attacks.
How do you find specifically unpacking this list, John?
It's tight. It's rough because I'm still learning all the way to unpack it. I'm unpacking it sometimes reverse, where I should go in a certain order. So I always unpack the Fenblades first because they're always the ones that are going to be frontline tar pip.
Yeah, they're kind of holding the line.
Yeah, and then I'm trying this game. Champions right behind them, run them all the way up for their defense bonus. Run full 10. Also, I'm running my warriors into the zone to contest them so they can stay there. They got unyielding now. So under the stone, they're 21 armor.
That's pretty good.
So they're a really good unit. Yeah, I basically unpack up the table, and I'm central quite a bit until my feet turn. My feet is where I try to unpack everything and try to spread out. So yeah, I'm just counting Fury, seeing what I want to do. I thought I was going to cast Warpath, but once again, I just dropped all 5 in the stone. So 5 in the stone. Madrak then walks up, or runs up 7, I think. Camping 0, but with Grim Salvation.
Madrak's pretty invincible.
Yeah, with Grim Salvation, even with the errata Grim Salvation.
Sorry, John, I was just going to mention a small mistake we made before. The Creel Warriors, of course, are armor 19 while engaged under the stone. Their base 15 goes to 17, goes to 19.
19.
Yeah, I mean, still extremely high.
Pretty good for 11 point.
They're really cheap, and again, it's a min unit you have there with 1 Caber. That's because of a cool interaction. I mean, Grim Salvation lets you... Madrak gets hit by something, the Caber takes the hit instead because of Grim Salvation, and then if he dies, you can take up with one of the Creels, which is really powerful. I think it's fair to say.
So yeah, my stones now run up. I pop no continuous effects first turn, because why wouldn't you?
There are 2 sources of continuous effects on my list. I've got the UAs on the Reductors have continuous fire on their sprays. So John's absolutely right to put up no continuous effects. So here's me on Convergence turn again, just teleporting everybody up a couple inches. Aurora's making sure the corollary stays within 3, so she's going to get the accumulator ability on it.
Feet turn.
Yep, I'm feeding.
Top
absolutely.
2 feet.
So Aurora's feat, for anyone who doesn't know, is called the 11th hour, I think. It's parry and reposition 5 for models activating her in her control area. So she's just going to walk up here, get a couple of these models in Flashing Blade range. Yep, she's going to Flashing Blade, try to hit both of them. She needs 6s to hit because she's only at 6. And she's a 12, so she can kill them pretty easily, but she does have flank on the 1 Fenblade. Here I spent 1 to Flashing... I didn't intend to spend 1 to Flashing Blade. I'm actually just making her initial attack, so I correct that error in a second. I put the focus back on her. She repositions 5 because she has the 5-inch reposition from her feet, so she comes back into the zone. My hope here is to jam a little bit, get all my stuff up there really far, and then reposition.
So you're measuring your control range to see who has flight this turn.
Yeah, and again, she's a focus 7, but she gets 16 inches of control area because of the Arcane Repeater effect on the corollary.
Nice. And I'm pretty sure that one dude very top of the screen is out of their flight.
That's the only guy who managed to sneak out of the 16. He's not going to be flying high this turn. So these are the Angels because they have parry. They're walking. They're 9 and getting really
so
deep
good.
into John's stuff. I'm hoping for a couple of good rolls. I'm spending
Alton Ashley, right?
Arcane Might to attack Alton Ashley. I hit, but I don't finish Alton Ashley.
Defense 14, armor 14.
So did 2 points of damage to him.
Did 2 of the first one, and the second one missed.
Second one missed. Yeah. I only had 1 boost, so I was kind of hoping that I'd get lucky. Probably what I should have done is made the 2 attack rolls, and then seen if I could hit 1.
Yeah, your third angel went up and killed a stone unit, failed a tough, so then you just reformed into my back arc.
Yeah, repositioned into the back arc of the champions. Just try to jam up a little bit. They have reposition 3 base, but on the feet it becomes reposition 5, so they've got a lot of flexibility. And again, just having that parry is really powerful. Just being able to walk through John's whole line with flight.
Yeah, and ignore all the free strikes.
Yep.
I spraying some
mini
Fenblades
feet
here.
Off the
UA.
The UA. He's giving them rerolls, so that's why I'm rolling those twice.
6s to hit?
7s
to hit.
He toughs this time, and then the other time I finish him off. They're POW 13s on their sprays, which is really, really good. You see, again, with the benefit of pre-measuring, I'm just checking a lot of things before I decide where I eventually want to send my spray. A couple of Fenblades were too far back. It's only a spray 6.
Oh, you left me. I got 1 Fenblade left out of the mini unit. So
Yep. And then they're repositioning up, just
jamming me hard, just
getting up in the zone. And again, they have flight during that reposition move as well, which is pretty
so
cool.
good. Feat's really good.
So my reciprocator units activating, they're just advancing 7 inches and shield walling. I believe they're doing their variable for set defense as well.
Set defense and +2 defense from shield wall, right?
Plus 4 armor from shield wall. So that's pretty big. And then also +2 defense against charges. So.
And then he's at the end of his movement, you get the feet activation 5 inches, right? So that's so good. So basically, I moved 7 + 5. They moved 12 inches this turn.
Yeah, which is faster than a speed 5 shield wall unit should really be.
So it's really good. So Tim's just positioning himself, taking some shots.
Corollary is moving some focus over to the diffuser there. Diffuser has a range 11 beacon shot, so I'm just taking it at one of the Creels. Sorry, one of the champions.
You changed your mind, actually. You were going to,
I measured the shot at a Krill and took it to a champion.
Then you were like, I'm just going to kill a champion. So you hit the champion, you boost damage, and you kill it,
force tough check on the champion.
So
killing a champion from range is really great because they're def 12 when you shoot them, but they're def 14 in melee.
Yes.
Which
5
can be
boxes, armor 18.
Mm-hmm.
So
not trivial to kill. I get to reposition my my jack as well, which is nice. The reductors here are going to try to get some sprays in. I can't damage the objective yet. It would be nice to be able to damage the objective, but instead I take some pot shots at the Creels.
So yeah, it's just, Tim's setting up. He's going to jam his units all forward, so it's going to be not much for me to move.
This is actually the second time we played this game. We played once earlier, and we had a bit of a recording issue. But it's an interesting matchup. I felt like there's a lot of scenario pressure, especially when I can push this far forward.
The top of 2 feet's huge, because especially if you're going first.
Yeah.
I'm not that far up, and then you can reposition like 5 inches above in front of your own zone.
It does feel a little bit like I sort of end up giving you a big chunk of my army to do so, but it puts a lot of scenario pressure on you, I think.
Wait, you dominate almost every time at bottom of 2. Like it's hard for me to contest your zone at bottom of 2.
Sorry, in this case, those reductors, they went up, sprayed the Creels. John got a couple of tough checks, and I failed to break armor a few times, and they repositioned back.
So once again, they're going up doing set defense.
Set defense and shield ball. So.
And once again, they move up 7 and then plus 5. So they're 12 inches moving forward, halfway through the zone. And the far ones get like all the way through the zone. So it's pretty solid.
And then the Enigma Foundry here just ran up. That put the Enigma Foundry in a pretty good position. Yeah, the Enigma Foundries being in range to collect the souls is a pretty key part of being able to play Convergence well. And I've got them pretty wide. My hope is to make sure that I collect all the reductors back so I can place the reductors back. They don't get to activate like they did in Mark II, but it's still probably one of the best recursion engines in the whole game.
So it's bottom of 2. Madrak's turn. I'm just talking to Tim. Vengeance move. Moving up. Asking threat ranges or reach ranges. Trying to see if I can get the angel.
Yeah, you tried to get in this angel without walking out of the reciprocators melee.
Unfortunately, I just couldn't do it. Like even my max melee, I could not just reach the angel, because the angel would free up. Well, one less activation I would have to do try to free up Alton Ashley.
And Alton Ashley can just kill a guy a turn, which is really nice.
So I took a shot at the
reductor,
killed it. Collects the soul.
there's the Enigma Foundry planning to collect all the reductor souls.
I basically need to kill the whole unit for that to be useful, but
or kill 4. If you kill 4, you get 1 basically.
Yeah, so I gotta kill 4 before killing anyone else is useful. So I'm thinking here, feet turn again, trying to figure out how to set up my feet for the best possible situation. I'm just measuring, trying to figure out who can kill this angels in the back arc. I activate my stones first. I'm just measuring charge distances. They charge 9 with a reach weapon of 1 inch. So he charges the 1 angel. This one just moves over. I can't get a second charging, so I had to move some guys, clear a lane.
Yeah, it's you're trying to get, I think, basically trying to unjam yourself, basically. So the
angels in the back arc is it's pretty scary for my champs.
I mean, they don't really want to take.
So I hit with 11 on dice, kill the 1 angel behind the champions. I tried for the other one on my champ solo. I hit with 8. I think I failed to do any damage here.
On the
I missed with 8 because it used to be mat 6. We had this conversation.
Yeah,
he used to be mat 6, but he got dropped to mat 5.
That was really relevant. I mean, he's an old man holding a bunch of scrolls, but for some reason in Mark 2 he was mat 6, and now in Mark 3 he is mat 5. So
that was a little unfortunate. So he missed. So now I'm thinking, like, how can I free up Alton Ashley once again? Going through, trying to figure out.
I think the move is to take multiple free strikes, John.
No, it wasn't. So I moved my bomber before I activate Madrak2. Because
I think you're trying to free up a spot for Madrak.
I needed to free up a charge lane for Madrak to get in and kill some of those dudes in the front line.
Kill the reciprocators.
So the bomber's attacking a reciprocator.
You're boosting damage because they're armed 20 in Shield Ball.
Yeah, boosting damage. POW 15. Oh, POW 16 under the stone. So the first one does nothing.
Yep.
Boost the damage. Did a lot more. Did 10, I think, this one. Yeah,
Yes,
the second did 10 Ralph.
Yeah, that does kill a reciprocator, and I do collect the soul.
And then my bomber's there sitting on 2 Fury, and that's end of his activation.
It's
a little
pretty
sad.
reasonable activation.
It is, but I kind of wanted to get more done with him. I was thinking about throwing some bombs, but I needed to clear a lane, so I couldn't just sit there. So I decided to move up and just kill one in the zone and get my bomber in the front line.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
At
this point, you're trying to make use of the warriors, right?
Yeah, I'm just kind of moving them around. I'm not going to do any damage, but I'm trying to set them up so they're within Grim Salvation 3 inches of Madrak when I move them up.
You've got we're checking the free strike on one of the reciprocators who was faced a little bit unusually. So the warriors are just trying to get in.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to move up my units for warriors and trying to get some Grim Salvation targets. So when Grim gets up a little farther up the board, he can pawn those attacks off. I'm rolling some dice to see if I can do dice off 10.
You got to roll and hope for the spikes. I mean, dice off 10 is unlikely to do anything, but you're hoping to chip the paint.
Yeah. So I did a slam. I'm pretty sure this is...
Slam?
Yeah, the
the momentum.
Yeah,
you
slam
hit the guy with the momentum shot.
Pushes him
he was a little bit behind the other guy next to him in Shield Ball, so he does actually get pushed back. I was thinking he would actually collide, but he didn't.
Slammed him 3 inches.
And so he's knocked down, and then when you get to resolve the damage on that Caber, it's against his armor outside of Shield Ball, so that was really powerful. The momentum is the Cabers are interesting. They
single shot now.
They discharge, yeah. Exactly.
They have a single shot now. So they used to be able to do it every turn, correct?
You used to be able to do it any time you attacked, and now you can only do it once per turn.
Yeah, that momentum. So
and you can't do it on a free strike if you already did it.
No.
Yeah, they're good, and obviously, like knocking that guy down, knocking him out of Shield Ball, and doing a bunch of damage to him, that's pretty powerful right now.
Yeah, they're not in the list to do damage. They're in the list just for Grim Salvation targets.
Yep.
Pretty straightforward. I think most Madrak players should bring a min unit of them for the Caber and the momentum and pickup. It's pretty sweet. Right now, so Madrak activated. I popped my feet.
Yep.
I blood furied the champions.
Right.
Because I'm going to activate.
Because you want to do some work on those reciprocators.
Yeah. So Madrak charged in. We're using a proxy base just for now. Kills one of them. Berserks into reciprocator.
Yep.
So Berserk attack. Dice off POW 16. Dice off 4.
Yeah. And you do a good chunk of damage to him, but then I think you had to buy another attack here to try to finish him.
Yeah, I think I sit on 1.
Yeah, you kill him. We check to see he's actually out of range of both Enigma Foundries.
This is what Tim was talking about.
He's in the kind of dead zone in the center of the board.
The only dead zone in the board of 10 inches from each of them, and this one guy was sitting there.
My positioning wasn't perfect, but
So he berserked up, did a little more damage, didn't get another kill. Have 1 Fury left. I'm debating if I want to buy, kill, berserk, but it leaves him on 0. So in the end, I decided to camp 1. With Madrak, you usually don't need a camp 1, but I figured I was pretty open, and I don't got much to block my charge lanes. So I decided to keep 1 Fury on Madrak just to play it safe.
Yeah, so I mean we're most of the way through the turn here. John's activated a lot of his stuff. Honestly, in this particular matchup, I think getting a Madrak feat where you just at least get a couple of extra kills out of it really can swing the attrition in your favor. John's going to have to give me a control point this turn. I don't think there's any way you can contest that zone.
Yeah, I had no way of contesting. Even with Alton actually freed up and running, it's harder to contest. I might take a free strike. So the champs moved up. I misplaced one of my champions, so I wasn't able to get 3 champions on. I was only able to get 2 champions on.
Although they do have Blood Fury, so 2 champions.
Yeah, so 2 champions actually did some work. So 1 champion one-shot a guy with 4 dice because of Weapon Masters plus Blood Fury.
Yep.
So now he's berserking another guy. He did quite a bit of work. Well, I guess he killed 2 guys. So
that's Blood Fury on Weapon Masters.
So he moved up another inch, and his second Berserk can't hit anyone, and his second attack has no target.
Yeah, the fact that you can overtake, move, and not have a guy in your melee range is makes Berserk a lot more manageable.
So my second champion who got in is attacking
he misses his attack.
He misses both of them.
Yeah.
So it was kind of, it makes up, I guess, 50-50. One guy makes both and berserks and kills 2, and one guy doesn't kill any. So
Yep. The champ hero
champ
here.
solo here is trying to clear up Alton Ashley.
He doesn't want a Thresher.
No.
So he actually ends up, we confirmed, he's more than an inch away from the one angel. And he's going to try to kill, I think, the other one.
He misses his attack on the one behind Alton Ashley.
Yep.
8.
He rolls a 3, I think.
Rolls a 3, yeah.
Yeah. Or it might have been a 4 or 5.
So
but
misses
he
it.
misses.
My whole plan was kill the one angel, berserk forward half
Right.
an inch, and then I would be engaged.
Right.
And then kill him. And if I kill him, I would berserk turn.
And then not have anything in your melee?
And then
Ashley.
Alton Ashley would be able to get into the zone, hopefully, with a 12-inch run.
Okay.
It would have been close. Would have been a lot of pre-measuring, but that was my plan.
Seems like a good plan. So I get the top of my turn here. Aurora doesn't upkeep anything. She keeps all 7. We do a little bit of teleporting with a couple of the jacks. At this point, I feel like attrition's kind of started to swing against me, and I feel like I've got a pretty reasonable crack at an assassination. So my plan here, my hope is, at least, to spawn an angel with the Enigma Foundry, have it walk over, and then reposition.
The bottom one on the...
Yeah, the one that's near the angel unit.
Okay.
Spawn an angel with the Enigma Foundry, have it walk over and then reposition into melee with Madrak, and have Aurora charge into Madrak and use Flashing Blade to kind of unjam the things that are around him. So the first thing I want to do is I want to just try to...
So, Tim took a free strike from Blood Fury champion.
Yeah, just died. That was just a mistake. I just moved my Reciprocator and just let it die because I got tunnel vision and forgot that the champs have 1-inch reach now.
So he has to
There's a few of those things in Mark III where you
he has to kill his Fenblade.
Yeah, I mean, I want to kill the Fenblade. He's not essential to the plan, but clearing him out gives me some more flexibility with the placement of the angels.
So Tim's just, thinking a little, seeing what he can bring up.
So these are reductors. These guys are just going in to try to clear out a couple more of the Grim Salvation targets Madrak has.
PAL 13 sprays, right? So
they're PAL 13 sprays. I mean, PAL 13 sprays are pretty great. Still Rat 5, and I've used my mini field already, so I don't have rerolls against this. But I'm just trying to hit his Creel Warriors, and they're Def 12, so I need 7s.
12, 17. And when they're engaged, they're 12, 19. So...
So I hit a couple. John makes a tough check or 2.
I make quite a few tough checks this game.
I mean, tough checks happen, and the thing that you don't make them when you're knocked down anymore. I mean, it makes it a lot less tilting. I mean, there's a few instances like when champions make multiple tough checks that it can be pretty frustrating.
Because the champions are steady when they're base to base.
They're steady when they're base to base, which is
so it's really good. And they have retaliatory strike with a champ solo.
That's true. It's true.
So if you don't kill them when they tough, they can hit you back.
And that's
really strong.
Rough. Yeah, so, I mean, my reductors... Part of the puzzle of this turn is I wanted to see if I could just get a lot of work against his army, because if I can comfortably come in there and kill the bomber and have done a lot of work to the Creels back there, it might make sense to not focus on the assassination and to just keep playing it as an attrition game.
So after my feet turn, you felt like you were behind on attrition?
For sure,
Even with the bringing back 3 models, possibly, a turn?
I don't think I have the ability to bring 3 models back. I can only bring back 1 Reciprocator. Because you only bring back 1 medium base, and you mostly focus on killing Reciprocators.
Okay.
And they're kind of my armor cracking in the list, so I sort of need some of them to at least deal with the warders.
So right now you're attacking the Pyro in the top corner? No,
no, they didn't. They didn't attack the. They didn't really do any work to the Creels.
Just moved up.
So I just kind of abandoned that plan, and I decided I was all in on the assassination at this point. They are empowered and shield ball up there, so they got a couple of attacks on the Creels and didn't really do much work to them.
Once again, they're armor 19 under the stone, so they're pretty good for a 1 health spot unit. So
yeah, so this unit of reductors on this side, their job is just 100% to unjam the angels if possible, and to clear out lanes to make it harder for Madrak to Grim Salvation repeatedly.
So this is a spray. Champion and Madrak. Hit the champion. Miss Madrak.
So they're making that attack.
Oh no, you missed the champion. Hit Madrak. So now I chose my Grim Salvation target. Because spray is a basic range attack.
It is, yep. So I end up lighting the guy next to Madrak on fire.
Correct.
And then the one over here gets a spray on Alton Ashley. They have the clear rules. They never hit their own folks. I actually do... I miss Alton Ashley, but hit the champ hero, do no damage to him. And then in this one, I get all 3 of them. So I think on this particular spray...
this one we're measuring 6.
Oh, sorry. We were
because
checking
we
the
weren't
6
sure
on this
if
one.
the Elder was in. So we're just slowly moving models. We know where they are. We know who gets hit. And he's just out.
Yeah.
So the Elder was just out. I don't think it was really crucial to your part.
I mean, it's good information to have. I mean, at this point, you weren't sure I wasn't necessarily playing an attrition turn, so... he hits Alton Ashley, and he does exactly 2 points of damage to Alton Ashley because he's armed 14 now for some reason, and that is exactly enough to... 3 points of damage. Exactly enough to kill him.
Yeah,
to
14,
the box
14.
because of the damage roll that he took earlier from the Angels, so... I got lucky that time. That was
So the one Angel's now freed up, which was your plan in the first place, right?
Yep. Yeah, I wanted the flexibility to free up that Angel, just depending on where I needed the command range to be. So now I'm checking that the Enigma Foundry can walk up a bit, place an Angel, get it in formation within 3 of another model by being completely within 3 of the Enigma Foundry. So now we're doing that placement of the Angels. Their aura of placement kind of changed a little bit. A lot of things in the game became completely within, but in formation, like within 3 inches of another Angel, is an interesting restriction.
It's huge. It's because if your Angel's too far up, you can't actually place another one.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're measuring. He's going for the assassination, so he's planning the best way.
I'm setting up for the flank on Madrak. She walks the 7 inches to here, just past my own guys, so there's no free strikes involved.
And there's no free strike there because the champion solo was more than an inch out. We had that issue last turn. So.
This one makes an attack against the Elder. She does...
Nothing. Misses.
Misses her attack. The other one makes
You're
an attack
attacking
against
the champion. Does nothing.
Does nothing. And then this one attacks a champion, but then I promptly realize that she shouldn't be able to attack because she was brought back this turn, so we don't roll a damage roll. And then she repositions just next to Madrak into the champion that she attacked.
Yeah, so you have flank with your caster. So this is it. This is the moment.
Caster has flank. So Aurora charges Madrak. She makes her first flashing blade attack. My hope is to remove his Grim Salvation target before I resolve my charge attack on Madrak, which you can do because you can interrupt your moment between movement and attack.
So Grim Salvation doing the attacks, rolling tough, doesn't get the tough.
Yeah, in this particular case, she hit Madrak but missed the Fen Blade, and so he Grim Salvation to the target who's in flashing blade range, which I think is the smart play. And then he Grim Salvations, I think this time it's to the stone?
Hits Grim Salvation the stone, doesn't make a tough check, a self-sack 3 away.
Yeah.
So once again, that's the activation with the stone. Like 3 inches from the stone now is where I can self-sack.
Yeah, which is, I mean, it's a big footprint. If you use the Caber and then his take-up range and then the stone plus his 3-inch self-sack range, it's really powerful. Aurora keeps spending her stack, making attacks on Madrak.
So I self-sack to a champion. Champion doesn't make his tough. Champion dies.
Yeah.
Promote leader. I think he has 1 more champion and 1 more stone in the way.
Yeah, so we're down to 2 models, and Aurora has 3 Fury left.
2 models plus 1 upkeep from or uptake from that stone. So you missed an attack.
Yeah, that's...
Hit, no chance. So upkeep or take up again. Hit.
Self-sack, but yeah.
Yeah, self-sack. On the champion toughs. Steady,
and steady,
he's base to base.
So I don't get to deny him the ability to make a tough check
And
again.
last attack misses again.
Yeah, last 2 attacks missed there.
Yeah. So you missed 2 out of your 7 attacks?
3. 3 out of my 7 attacks.
3 of your 7 attacks you missed.
Yep. Yeah. Sorry, and then 1 on the champion that I came in on.
So this is a cool little interaction coming up.
Yep.
Definitely, we're going to talk about it later because it's huge how powerful I think Grim Salvation is.
Yeah, so the monitor comes in, he boosts to hit on Madrak, hoping to get the sustain attack, and then we realize that Grim Salvation actually causes the other model to be hit.
Directly hit.
Sustain attack procs on the model being hit. So that actually means that I don't get to sustain attack Madrak. Instead, I get to auto hit the other model, who unfortunately I'm not even in melee range with. So I have to buy an attack against Madrak. At this point, I'm just hoping to get lucky and roll 8s, which in neither case I do.
So twice you missed.
Yeah, so twice the monitor misses, which makes this a pretty unsuccessful assassination attempt
at this point, you were just trying to salvation what you can, or salvage what you can.
At this point, I know the game's over, so we're kind of rolling dice. I mean, there's a chance that Madrak just kind of really flubs the dice and doesn't kill Aurora, so I figured I'd take out the stone while it was sitting right there, drop the aura. Like those are things that are available to me. If I was thinking, I probably would have activated that diffuser first. But
stone first.
In my mind, the diffuser's job was to shoot Madrak after he made his tough check and was knocked down, because that sustained attack was going to buy 2 more attacks, kill the 1 Grim Salvation target Madrak had, and then hit him for a bunch of damage. Although even that, with Aurora missing,
3 attacks.
she had 5, or sorry, she had Flashing Blade plus her initial attack. So she actually had 8 attacks, of which she missed 4 of them.
And what's
3 on Madrak and 1 on the champion.
And what did you need? 7s?
6s.
6s to hit.
So, I mean, that's not like getting diced. I think this was actually a bad assassination run that I went down on. But, it's still, it's interesting.
So at this point, it's my turn. Had a cut for 2. My power was out of formation, or my control. So I cut for 2. Activating the stone first to give him +1 strength. Going through my mind as I'm doing this, I'm like, okay, I'm making sure I have a backup plan just in case Madrak does not kill your caster.
It's pretty good to kill Aurora. Madrak's a mat 8, so he's one of the better melee beefy guys in the game.
So my Elder made up for his last turn flumbered. He killed the Angel. Now I'm thinking, making sure my next thing is Madrak. I have what I have in place. The stone's up there, does +1 strength. So Madrak is mat 8, POW 16, and it's dice off 1.
That's 8s to hit, dice +1.
Dice +1.
Yep.
So it's pretty good odds. So I boost the attack.
Yep, makes his first
So
attack
Madrak's
roll.
going up, boosting the attack. Just still pondering, making sure I don't make any crucial mistakes.
It's always good when you feel like you've got a guaranteed thing to just double check all the stuff. Aurora doesn't have any tricks. John hits his first attack. Or sorry, no, misses his first attack.
Buys boost, hits
Buys
the second
boost,
attack.
Hits the second attack.
+1.
Dice +1.
I think I do 10 damage.
Yes, does 10 points of damage to Aurora.
Second
Buys
attack misses.
Nope, this is a bot attack that you boosted, hit, and killed.
I missed 2 attacks.
No, you did not.
No?
You missed your first boosted attack. You bot boosted.
Oh, yeah.
And then
Okay,
you
so I
hit.
missed 1 or 3.
And then you bot boosted, killed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could have theoretically not rolled a boosted 8 on your third attack.
Yeah.
But you did, and that finishes her off. Doing the 11 damage really turned that around for you, I think. I mean, that's kind of when we talk about sort of dice swinging in both directions. But I think it was a good game.
No, overall, it was a good game.
Yeah, if you can, subscribe, follow our channel, check us out. If you want to contact us for any reason, it's arcaneassistpodcast@gmail.com. I'm at TEnchanter on Twitter. John, you have a Twitter handle now, right?
Yes, it's JRHen at AA.
Probably at JRHenAA.
Yeah, new to Twitter.
Yep.
To Twitter. So
no, it's all good. You should definitely tweet John because he doesn't really know how it works yet, so you can mock his
Quite
responses.
No,
thanks, folks.
thanks for watching.
Appreciate
It's
watching.
been a blast. Hopefully we can pump one out every week. That's our plan.
That's the hope.
So,
all right, and we'll see you next Friday.
Thank you for watching Arcane Assist. If you enjoyed the video, please click the thumbs up right below, and if you didn't, the dislike button is right beside it. If you have any suggestions or comments, please let us know below the video, and remember to subscribe for more battle reports every week. You can also find us on Twitter and Facebook, with the links in the description below. Until next time, we've been Arcane Assist.